Hello everyone, welcome back to Deluxe Gaming, and welcome back to the series where we attempt to complete every single ending in the Stanley parable. Now, in today's episode, we're going to attempt to complete 3 different endings. Now, the first ending is called the song ending, then the voiceover ending, then the kill bucket ending. The reason why we're going to be completing all 3 endings in today's episode is because they all involve the same action to start it. You'll see what I mean in a second. Alright, so, what we gotta do is walk over here like always. Ignore this narrator, he's gonna be talking. Then you actually want to glitch on top of this chair here, then on top of the computer, and you can actually jump out of this window. Just wait a little bit.
First, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun
yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Fair.
Okay,
I'm over it too.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So the 2 different endings, I'm not quite sure, but one of them is the voiceover ending and one of them is the song ending. So, let's just click yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
I guess, yeah.
Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also
Could
be
have.
an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying.
Yeah, but I want to see the entire ending. You don't get it, man.
Where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley.
Well, I guess this is the song ending because he's kind of
So manly.
singing.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite...
Yeah, he's just gonna keep on singing this forever. So, let's begin the game again. Alrighty, now let's do the voiceover ending. So, what we gotta do this time is the exact same thing, except the only difference is we have to click no when he asks us, are we sick of this gag yet? Oh, okay, on top of the computer, and jump out.
He couldn't find a trace
Look up
of his
here.
coworkers. Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Okay, yeah, so now we'll click no.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop?
Well, I
Do you
already
think it
know
would have
because
been
I clicked it
particularly
already.
Different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Maybe I would have.
Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option.
Well, no, we'll see by the end of the video.
See what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing
well, I already know what happens
when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Why not?
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's all the dialogue, so we're just going to begin the game again. Now, this time we're going to do almost the exact same thing, except first, I don't think the store shuts. We're going to go get the bucket and then jump out.
Go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
Sorry if you can't hear me over the narrator, but next time I might turn down his voice a little bit, but it's just hard because you want to hear the narration, well, just for the ending. So yeah, we're gonna jump out now.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky
I guess he, well, not really because he's still talking, but
void we are alone now, and for the first time I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history.
He has a
Of the
backstory? I
countless
thought the
wars it
narrator
witnessed,
created him, though.
desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein.
This is why there's nothing
The
outside of
sadness and
here.
regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too
what's the
much for
bucket
Stanley.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
Stanley doesn't like
You're
this.
a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard
Gamhorata.
Gamhorata?
In his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet
Why is that
I stole
familiar?
from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications.
Oh yeah, this is what the guy on the tape was talking
Stanley
about.
screamed
Where he
even
wanted
louder
to
this
start
time.
making people pay for the bucket.
Stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Did it restart?
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the
I didn't learn
incantations to
anything.
summon their
What?
true power. Otherwise,
Why is
you
there
would have
blood? Is that
easily
my
been
blood?
overwhelmed by
Oh
the
my
bucket's
God.
power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
And it just resets. Wow. That's a little bit disturbing there, I'm gonna admit, but it was pretty crazy. There's a lot of dialogue. Sorry if you don't like dialogue, but it's kind of a tutorial, so if you're playing the game, then you kind of want to know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to the flowchart that I use for every single ending in every episode that's been released so far. So yeah, that'll be for today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next one. Bye.